Royal Secrets Uncovered, King Frederik's Midnight Meeting That Shocked the World. Welcome to BNews. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to BNews, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss out on the world's most intriguing royal revelations. If you're as fascinated by the mystery and power behind the throne as we are, join the conversation in the comments below. It was just past midnight on July 21, 2025. The city of Copenhagen lay wrapped in silence, its cobblestone streets glistening under the amber glow of street lamps. Most Danes were deep in sleep, unaware that behind the cold, towering walls of Amalienborg Palace, something extraordinary was unfolding. For centuries, the Danish monarchy has prided itself on discretion, diplomacy, and duty. But what occurred that night may be the most mysterious moment in the history of King Frederik's reign, a moment that could redefine the royal institution and send ripples far beyond Denmark's borders. There was no official record. No photographers. No news leaks from Parliament. Yet reliable palace insiders have now confirmed that King Frederik held a secret, unscheduled meeting within the depths of the royal residence, a meeting that involved people whose identities remain closely guarded. These were not the usual diplomats or local advisors. According to one longtime palace staffer, the individuals who arrived just after midnight were unknown to even the most senior members of the king's household. Their sudden appearance, and the security overhaul that followed, immediately raised eyebrows. Eyewitnesses reported seeing a single black car entering through the palace's south service gate, a gate typically reserved for state-level guests. The vehicle bore no diplomatic plates, only a royal security clearance rarely used in public. The figure who stepped out was described as male, tall, and wearing a dark trench coat. He was accompanied by two aides, who shielded him with umbrellas despite there being no rain. The man's face was obscured, but what struck witnesses most was the reaction of the king's personal guard, a level of formality typically reserved for heads of state. King Frederik has always been seen as a modernist, someone prepared to drag the Danish monarchy into the 21st century. He's made bold moves before, challenging established expectations of how a king should act, dress, speak, and even parent. He's walked freely through the streets of Copenhagen without an entourage. He's made statements about climate change that rattled traditionalists. But this clandestine meeting, is of a different magnitude. It's not a gesture. It's not symbolism. It's a decision that appears to have been made deliberately out of the public eye. The question, of course, is why? Why would the King of Denmark, a constitutional monarch known for transparency, resort to secrecy? One palace aide suggested that the conversation may have involved Denmark's long-term geopolitical stance. Another hinted at something more personal, a revelation or threat that could alter the royal family's internal structure. Whatever the reason, one thing is clear: this was not a casual gathering. The meeting lasted over 2 hours. Not a single note or statement has been released since. Among the most glaring details is the absence of Queen Mary from any related events. Known for her calm, strategic mind and her position as a steady influence on King Frederik, her silence has only intensified the mystery. Was she informed of the meeting? Did she oppose it? Or is she complicit in whatever course of action her husband is charting? In the days that followed, Queen Mary cancelled 2 scheduled appearances, citing personal reflection. For a royal whose schedule is planned months in advance, such a move is not taken lightly. Adding to the intrigue is the palace's official response, or lack thereof. When pressed by national media, a royal spokesperson released a vague statement: "His Majesty continues to prioritize Denmark's interests in all matters and looks forward to sharing his vision when appropriate." For a nation that values clarity and openness, this has done little to calm public curiosity. Instead, it has only intensified it. Are we witnessing the prelude to a major announcement? Or is this an attempt to quietly conceal something too sensitive to expose? The public reaction in Denmark has been mixed and intense. Social media has exploded with theories ranging from a shift in the royal succession line to Denmark's involvement in a secret EU treaty. Hashtags like #Frederik Midnight Meeting and #Royal Secrets have trended for days. Some see this as a betrayal of public trust, while others believe the king is safeguarding his people from political turbulence behind the scenes. What's undeniable is that for the first time in recent memory, Frederik's approval ratings have begun to shift, not dramatically, but noticeably. This story has not remained within Denmark's borders. International media outlets from Paris to Washington have picked up the scent. The BBC ran a segment titled Scandinavian Shadow Diplomacy, while CNN speculated whether Frederik is preparing for a radical reshaping of the monarchy. In Germany, Der Spiegel linked the event to a broader trend of European monarchs taking on behind-the-scenes roles amid rising global uncertainty. Clearly, this midnight meeting has global implications, or at least, the perception of them. Royal watchers have pointed out that the Danish constitution allows for very limited political involvement by the monarch. However, history tells us that power, when cloaked in tradition and mystery, often takes unexpected forms. Could Frederik be subtly testing the constitutional limits? Or is he using his symbolic power to forge new influence where legal authority does not extend? One theory suggests that the king may be quietly building an alliance of like-minded European figures, preparing for a post-globalization political shift. What's perhaps even more intriguing is the lack of digital evidence surrounding the night. In an age of ubiquitous surveillance, smartphones, and 24-hour live streaming, not a single image, video, or timestamp has emerged. Experts believe this points to a highly advanced communications blackout coordinated by the palace's private security firm, suggesting the meeting had been planned well in advance and executed with military-level precision. Is this the new face of monarchy, not just ceremonial, but covertly strategic? Despite attending 2 public engagements since the event, King Frederik has offered no remarks. His demeanor has been studied closely and changed subtly. Body language analysts note that he appears more reserved, his gaze often distant, his smile calculated. Is he grappling with the weight of his choices? Or is he simply preparing for the moment when all will be revealed? Historians have begun drawing comparisons to Edward VIII, the British king who abdicated for love, setting off a royal crisis. While Frederik has made no indication of such intentions, the sense of rebellion, of operating outside the norm, is palpable. Could Denmark be on the brink of a royal pivot not seen in centuries? If so, what's driving it, conscience, ambition, or pressure? In the age of instant news and viral speculation, this story has reignited global fascination with royalty. Not because of wealth or grandeur, but because of the mysteries still embedded within power. We assume monarchies are symbolic, until nights like this remind us they are anything but. The idea that a single conversation behind palace walls could alter foreign policy, shift public sentiment, or expose ancient family secrets is not fiction. It's happening now. The days ahead are crucial. Palace insiders predict that any major revelation will be made within 10 days of the event. We are now at day 4. The countdown has begun. Whether Frederik delivers a visionary speech, a public explanation, or remains silent, his legacy is being shaped in real time. He may become a hero, a rebel, or a cautionary tale, but he will not be forgotten. Some experts believe the king may be preparing to unveil a groundbreaking initiative, perhaps an environmental accord, a royal foundation with international scope, or even a redefining of the monarchy's legal identity. Whatever it is, it won't just affect Denmark. It will resonate across Europe and likely inspire similar action in neighboring nations watching closely. This isn't just about what happened during a secret meeting. It's about what that moment represents, a crossroads for power, transparency, and leadership. If Frederik succeeds, he could become the face of a new era of royalty, one defined not by bloodline, but by bold vision. If he fails, it may trigger a cascade of questions about the relevance of monarchy in the modern age. The silence from within Amalienborg is deafening. Journalists are camped outside, drones hover discreetly, and security remains heightened. No statements. No leaks. No slip-ups. It's an eerie calm, the kind that comes just before something momentous. Whether it's tomorrow, next week, or months from now, We will look back at this as a pivotal point in King Frederik's rule. The night he crossed a line, be it out of duty, desperation, or design. The night the monarchy became something more than ceremonial. A throne in the shadows, commanding attention not with pomp, but with precision. So now we turn it over to you. What do you think really happened during King Frederik's secret midnight meeting? Was it a power move, a personal revelation, or something else entirely? Share your thoughts in the comments, we're listening. And remember, like, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay connected with BNews, where truth meets intrigue, and history is made.